Hello everyone, welcome to Fitcad, your fitness show here on OCAD U Live. Today I'm going to be showing you how to do a proper deadlift, the form, the difference between conventional and sumo, and how to properly be adding the weight to the bar. So first off, I want to show you how to pick the bar up. It can be very dangerous when you do this step if you don't do it properly. So just in case, I'm going to go over it. So when you go and pick up the bar, it is very important that you squat down to it. You do not want to be doing this, where when you carry the weight, you're using your spine. That can be very dangerous on your lower back, and that is where it can start aching. So when you go and pick up the weight as well as put it down, you want to be squatting down to it. So you go and squat down, lift it up, and the same when you put it down, you squat down and you put the weight back down. You also want to be cautious that if you're at a gym where there are a lot of people or there is even a noise level that you want to keep at, you do not want to be slamming the weight. You can also be losing a lot of muscle growth by just slamming it from up here, because when you come down, you're still using your muscles to do that part of the workout. So if you can, go and lower the bar correctly. Now onto feet position, you have two different ones. You first have conventional, where your legs are right underneath your shoulder, so shoulder width apart, and then you have the sumo, where your legs are outside of your shoulder. Now the difference is the muscle that you're working on. So with a conventional one, you would be using your quads to lift up the weight. With a sumo one, you would be using hamstring and glutes. So for both of this, you're going to be using your core. It's really going to be engaged to do the whole workout, as well as your upper body. So no worries on that. The only difference is the leg position. Now, a lot of people like to be doing sumo because you're able to lift a little bit more with that one. However, if you really want to be working out your quads, which is usually the one that it's used to measure your strength, then you want to learn how to do conventional. So now onto arm position. When we're doing conventional, our feet are going to be together, which means there is no other space rather than outside of your legs to grab the bar. So when you go out, you want to be touching your knees, and that is where you grab the bar. There is a difference between the grip. You can do both palms looking towards you, a mixed grip where one is looking up and the other one is looking down, or both looking up. The regular one that people like to use is a mix, but we're going to first learn how to do it with both palms looking down, because that is the basic one. After you get the basic one, you can start experimenting with the mixed one. Now when we go down to grab the bar, we want to not only squat down and then grab the bar, you really want to squat down and bring your torso a little bit up. So when you go to grab the bar, the shoulders are right above it. So last step is when you're coming up, you want to engage your core, which means you're going to inflate your stomach and you're going to squeeze as if someone was going to punch you in the stomach. And that is how you're going to protect your spine from getting injured. You're going to see a lot of people using the belt, and that is exactly for this. So when you inflate your stomach, you are pressuring against the belt, and that is how you can feel that you are a little bit more stable. You grab the bar, you want to have it over your toes, you breathe in, squeeze, and now you're going to lift the bar. When you lift it, if you saw that, you're going to be brushing your leg with the bar. And up. And down. And up. When you're lifting up the weight, you want to remember about your back. So you do not want to be going like that. Neither do you want to be exaggerating and going like that. The way that you know that you're having a neutral back is that when you go down, you contract your shoulders and you basically want to be breaking the bar. So that is the way that people understand that you're using your lats. You're going to grab the bar and you're going to do this motion as if you were going to break the bar. Obviously, you're not going to break the bar, but that is a way to engage the correct muscles. Also, pay attention to how my neck is. If you can tell, there is a complete straight line from my head to my hips. So I do not want to see anyone going like this or like this. So that is how you do a deadlift. I'm going to add the weight and show you some other stuff that you want to be cautious about. So the trick to putting the weights on the bar, and it doesn't take much time or effort, is that when you're lifting a lot of weight, you're going to stack one on top of the other one just for one side. You're going to grab the bar and lift it up. You're going to place the bar over the center. You're going to bring it completely up, and then you're going to lean it down. From here, you're going to place it down softly, grab the weight, and push the bar in. So when it comes to the point where you want to add weight on the other side or add extra weight on one side, you're going to go ahead and pick up one of the small weights. So you're going to add just one plate on the other side, and then you're going to help yourself by adding the small weight right at the end of the first one, and you're going to lift it up. Now this is going to give you some space for you to place the plate and be able to slide it in. Let me show you real quick. So you grab the plate, and because it is at an angle, you're able to slide it in very quick. If you did not have that, then this is how it would look when you're trying to place the plate in. You see? So the bar is at the same height because these are both the same, so it wouldn't be able to slide in as easy. So that is how you get the weight from the other side in, or extra weight on one side. And the same when removing the weight, you can just put in one of those small plates and you can slide them all from one side, and then you grab the bar, lift it up, and remove it just the same way that we placed these two at first. So that is a helpful way, because right after and before you do the exercise, you're very tired, you used all your energy to do it, and then having to remove all of this can be a little bit tedious, so it's great to know that trick. To finalize the step of adding the weights, you want to make sure that you have pushed them back as further as they can, and you're going to add these clips. Now, the reason why we add the clips is because you can lose balance if one weight goes and just slides a little bit to the outside. You're going to be debalanced because you're now not at the center of the weight. Okay, so just making sure that they do not move can make the step easier. You're going to squeeze them. That is going to expand them, and you're going to slide them in. And then you let go. And that is how you add the clip, and you added all of the weight, and you have the bar ready and set to start. So now that we added the weight, the bar is lifted from the ground, and we are able to now see where our feet should be positioned. So you're going to have the bar directly above your feet. So I'm going to show you from a top point of view how the feet position should be. So from the top point of view, this is where you would want your feet. The bar, you want to have it directly in the middle of your foot. You really want to avoid doing this because that means you would be using your lower back to lift the weight from the floor. You're going to come down. Remember that you want your arms to be directly outside of your knees. We're going to squat down, lift our torsos up, squeeze, and up. Come down. So now there is one more step that I want you to know how to do, and it's removing the slack. So the bar usually can wobble around, and you want to remove that so that you can bring the bar up smoothly and without any force going against you. So the way that we do that, we place our feet, we bring our arms, and before we start, you're going to lift your arms a little bit, just enough to hear that sound that you just did. You're going to lift it up, and there you remove the slack. Now you can start lifting up the weight and down. So when you bring it down, that little click is what the slack is. You really want to remove that so you can lift the weight smoother. And that is it. That is how you deadlift. That is how you use the proper form, how you add the weights in, and how you can make sure that you're not injuring yourself in any way. I hope you liked the video and see you on the next one. Bye.